Okay, so this is one type of ratio question. We've got two children share out 96 sweets in the ratio 5:7. So that's the ratio, and they're sharing out 96 sweets, so that's the total number of sweets that they've got between them. So in that situation, I need to work out how many parts there are in the ratio. So there's 5 here and there's 7 here. So if I'm given the total, I know I'm going to be dividing it all up into 12 bits. So I'm dividing up the 96 into 12 bits. So I'm working out how many 12s go into 96. Well, that's 8. So I've multiplied 12 by 8 to get to 96. So I've just got to multiply both of these by 8 too. 8 times by 5 will give me 40. And 7 times by 8 will give me 56. Those two should also add together to get back to 96, which they do. Job done. Next one. We've got two people share a lottery prize of £2,400 in the ratio 1:5. How much does each person get? So again here, that's giving me the total for the amount. So I need to add these together to work out how many parts there are. 5 add 1 gives me 6. And they're sharing up that £2,400 into those 6 parts. So how many 6's go into 2,400? Well, 6 goes into 24 4 times. So it must go into that 400 times. So I'm also going to times these by 400. 1 times 400 will give me 400. And 5 times 400 will give me the remaining 2,000 that I needed to make that up. This question is slightly different. In a school, the ratio of boys to girls is 3:4. So boys to girls. If there are 180 boys, calculate how many girls there are. So this time we're not being given the total, we're being told about one thing. So if there are 180 boys, I'm just going to write that straight beneath there, 180. So to turn that 3 into 180, I've had to multiply by 60. So I'm just going to do the same thing to the 4. 4 times by 60 will give us 240. So when there are 180 boys, there is 240 girls. Okay, on this one, we've got cows, sheep, pigs in the ratio 7:5:3. If the farm has 300 animals all together, so that's the total, calculate how many cows, sheep and pigs there are. So 7:5:3, but it's giving us the total this time, so I know I need to be adding together these parts. So 7 add 5 add 3 gives me 15. So 300 is being divided up into the 15 parts. So how many 15s go into 300? Well, 15 goes into 30 twice, so it must go into 300 20 times. So I've times that by 20, so I must times each of these by 22. That times by 20 is 140, this one times by 20 is 100, and this one times by 20 is 60. And the three of them add together to give me the 300 there. Okay, final example. We've got Helen, Bob and Mary share a sum of money in the ratio 1:3:2. If Bob receives £9.60, figure out how much Helen and Mary receive. So we've got Helen to Bob to Mary, and we're not given the total this time, we're told that Bob gets £9.60, so I'm just going to write that straight beneath what Bob gets. So he gets £9.60. So all I'm doing is working out how many 3's have gone into that £9.60, or what £9.60 divided by 3 is, and that is £3.20. 3 lots of £3.20 is £9.60. So all I've got to do is multiply each of those by the same number. So 1 times by £3.20 will be £3.20, and 2 lots of £3.20 will be £6.40. And then this one's obviously more difficult to check because you can't see what they all add up to. But we can tell from the way we've set this out perfectly, and we've followed exactly what we've been doing with the last set of questions, that this one's answered correctly.